If you think the Spike VGX are as good as gaming awards get, then, well, you've got incredibly low standards, really. Which is good news for us, I suppose, because the Alternative Gaming Awards 2013 is pretty much the same, except without the high production values, exclusive announcements, painfully awkward interviews and jokes at the expense of minority groups. Let's get awardy! The Phoning It In Award honours acting professionals who have kindly bestowed their gift of pretending to be other people upon the world of video games. Unfortunately, the gift is often severely damaged in transit. The award debuted in 2005 when American beauty star Mina Suvari clinched it for this captivating performance of Aerith in Kingdom Hearts 2.
You mean you don't want me there when you go away again?
This year, however, we're delighted to present it to an Academy Award-nominated actor, probably best remembered as the villainous Nikolai Diavolo in 007 Everything or Nothing, and that creepy polar bear in the Bird's Eye ads. In Beyond Two Souls, he portrays paranormal researcher Nathan Dawkins with all the passion you'd expect from a 58-year-old man who's been asked to deliver turgid dialogue while prattling around in a leotard. Our winner is, of course, Willem Dafoe. Let's see him in action.
My name is Nathan Dawkins. I thought it would be a good idea for us to have a little chat, get to know each other a little better.
Before Shenmue, all video games, and I mean all video games, don't bother checking because I already have, were all shoot this, jump over that, and hit her. But Yu Suzuki had a dream, to create a game built exclusively around replicating the kind of tedious jobs that many of us spend our entire life studying and working hard to avoid. Suzuki may have died in an explosion, probably, but his legacy of tedium lives on, padding out otherwise entertaining games like a clown wearing an inflatable sumo suit. This year's Ryo Hazuki Award could really only go to one game, although that's really because everything else we played artfully avoided doing anything so dull. So, step forward and claim what's yours, Grand Theft Auto 5. The forklift bit would have sufficed, but Rockstar elevated the monotony of simulated dot work to an art form by adding this bullshit UFO catcher crane nonsense. A good job it was a compulsory mission, otherwise it could have just come off as a complete waste of everyone's time. Before Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, all online gaming was like this. It was terrible. But then Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate came along and made everything better. We can't recall one instance of petty name-calling, temper tantrums, or gender, sexuality, or race-based harassment in the 300-odd hours we spent online with it. There were, however, countless incidents of sharing, exchange compliments, and, most importantly, group prancing. That's pretty much unprecedented. So, yeah, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate won this award. Probably should have saved that until the end. This is Battlefield 4. This is Major Nelson.
Well, hi, America. I didn't see you there.
Put them together, and the results are just fabulous.
You are playing in the major leagues now, buddy. Whether it's on foot, in a tank, in a jet, or in the raging seas. And we play to win.
And before you ask, yes, this award was invented purely as an excuse to show this video again and will not return in 2014 unless he makes another one. This year's Platinum Games Can Do No Wrong award was pretty hotly contested. Would it go to Anarchy Reigns, where 16 players could batter each other with missiles, helicopters and giant buzzsaws in a brilliantly confusing battle royale? Or the Wonderful 101, which is like controlling 100 bayonettas at the same time while your eyes are pummeled with every colour in existence? No. This year, Platinum did the double impossible by making Kojima Productions look a bit rubbish for not being able to finish what they started, and somehow establishing Raiden as a top-draw action gaming hero. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance may have a stupid title and incredibly strange pacing, but the parry-heavy combat and free-form carving is endlessly entertaining, even if the hardest difficulty is totally unfair bullshit and nothing to do with me being rubbish. Outspoken MP George Galloway was on Celebrity Big Brother once, where he indulged in some feline roleplay with actress Rula Lenska. It was, as you can tell by the way you've just involuntarily attempted to climb into your own stomach, one of the most uncomfortable things ever broadcast on telly, and proof that middle-aged men should never attempt to act like cute animals. Unfortunately, nobody told Nintendo that. Only Nintendo could make a squat, mustachioed man with developmental issues prancing around on all fours adorable. But somebody has to give that Catman a voice, and that man is this man, Charles Martinet. Now imagine him dressed as a pussy, scampering around and meowing away in some awful, squeaky approximation of an Italian accent. Shall I be the cat indeed? Well done, Super Mario 3D World, for being the most surreptitiously disturbing game of the year. Woohoo! Do you remember when GTA 4 came out and critics were climbing over each other to slap their meaningless accolades all over it, as if their lives or their loved ones somehow depended on it because of the threatening letters they'd all received from an anonymous source? Do you remember when the hype had died down and people started complaining that GTA 4 was actually a crushing disappointment that was bereft of all the fun and diversity they came to expect from a GTA game? We do. And it was interesting to see another game suffering a similar fate in the form of this year's winner of the award for most scathing posthumous critical backlash, BioShock Infinite. It started off so well with a string of perfect scores from respected publications, all eager to hurl superlative-laden praise at it, like,
"It's a game that simply everyone and his dog must own,"
and
BioShock Infinite is a masterpiece, and few games can stand up to it in terms of quality, writing, presentation, and atmosphere.
But then came videos like this,
BioShock Infinite is a game that has problems.
And comments like this,
BioShock Infinite isn't the answer to our problems, it's the best example of them.
So where do we stand on BioShock Infinite? Well, it's an above-average shooter that's clearly victim to a number of compromises that have diluted its creator's original ambitions. The story comes off as a big-budget episode of The Twilight Zone, albeit one with a slightly inflated sense of self-importance, and the world has all the depth of an incredibly well-realised theme park attraction. But there are very few FPSs out there that aspire to bring something genuinely interesting to the table, so it seems churlish to be so tough on it when it's really its peers that deserve such a hard time. Game of the year though? No. The Tory Lib Dem coalition has reneged on countless controversial policies over the years, most notably back and forthing on tax breaks for video game developers, and of course threats to tax the entire hot food section of Greggs. Clearly someone over in Redmond confused all that infuriating flip-flopping with good business practice, because what should have been a thrilling build-up to the release of a new Xbox console ended up as a running joke with no discernible punchline. For a spell, Xbox One was going to be an always-online, Kinect-dependent device that only allowed you to share games with specially appointed friends and family members, and was a victim to a caveat-laden use game policy that nobody, not even Xbox executives, understood. These policies were received as warmly as, say, an arbitrary levy imposed on sausage rolls, and so, one by one, Microsoft performed an about-face on the lot. Only not everyone disagreed with the policies in the first place, and so the haste with which MS kowtowed to consumer rage was taken as a sign of weakness and a lack of faith in digital distribution. As the great philosopher Bart Simpson once said, "You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't." At least there's one guy who doesn't give a crap either way. So that's that for 2013. I think we can all agree that it was a hot mess. If you'd like to make up an award for one of the many games that we missed, send your suggestions to stuff@explosivealan.com or tweet us at explosive_Alan, and our favourite will win a prize of some sort. Join us next year when the awards will once again be renamed to suit the capricious whims of our new sponsors, Shipham's Beef Spread.